Unity Radio, the real sound of the city. This is Dubsy, and I'm joined by Nathan Elzon, who has just released an Unreal EP called Looking at You with No Art Records, one of the best labels on the scene right now. How's things, man? How are you doing today?
Everything's good, man. Really, really good. How about you?
Yeah, good, mate. Buzzing you took the time out to do this. You've done mix for us as well, which is going to be going out on the station. That's fire. I've been listening to it for like
Yeah.
yeah, man. I've been loving
Thank
it.
you.
Loving it. Cool.
Thank you.
No worries, man. So let's start off with the EP, if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
It kind of came out of nowhere to me. I could be honest, when I listened to it, I was like, wow, who's this? Like, it's sick. I loved it.
I get it.
Absolutely loved it, because like, you know, when you get an EP and you don't know who it is, you don't really have high expectations. So I listened to it and I was like, this is sick. Who is this? And then I've reached out.
Thank you very much, man.
And no worries, here we are. So how did the EP come around?
Well, the thing is, I've been producing now for like about 3 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Like on and off. And I met one of the guys from a couple years back, like 2 years ago, maybe. And it was like 6 months into producing, and I was still trying to figure out what genre. Like, I was just making whatever. And it was trash. It sounded like The Sims. It was really, really bad. And I was asking a friend if I could get some. I had a friend with a lot of connections and stuff, and I sent some music to him. I was like asking, can you send it to some of your artist friends who can give me some reviews and stuff, or give me some feedback? And it turns out that Yessa, which is one of the guys from Another, was one of the guys, and he was also looking to teach people or give lessons. So I took a lesson with him, and basically I learned a lot there. That was really when I first started making house music, and just from there I would just keep sending music, and for a good while it was just always like, it's not there, or it's cool but this and this and this.
No.
And then finally, like back in October, they were like, yo, this is really sick. And then they took the tracks. Yeah.
So when you got that, like, what was it? Was it an email? Was it a call or a text when they said, yeah, we want to take it?
Well, they did the Sona. I don't know if you know what it is. It's like a school of no art. Yeah, so I did that. I participated in that, and they had a remix competition. And I won the remix competition, and from there, basically, we had another, like, there's like a free session with them. So I did the session, and then that's where I showed them some of the tracks I was working on. That's when I just switched from Logic to Ableton, and basically showed them some of the new tracks that I was making, and they really, really liked it. And then from there, I just finished the track and sent it to them.
Sick. So Ableton as well, man. Ableton's the one in it. Logic.
Yeah.
I hear that, man. I was using Logic for a while, but when you switch to Ableton, it just makes life so much easier.
Yeah, because I really, really like to slice things up. So Ableton is just so much easier. With the Logic, which is a pain, because I had to like, sorry if I swear, but I just had to like use ESX, and every time I had to cut everything up like one by one, and Ableton just throw it in the sampler, and that's done.
Yeah. So with the sampling as well, like, I noticed that in your music, and I was gonna say, I feel like your sound is like quite different from a lot of the stuff that's out at the moment, and maybe that's like why your EP stands out so much to me. You've had support as well from like Tolman, Damaso, Sirius Hood, Jaden Thompson, and these are guys that are all like quite a different style, but your music seems to fit in any kind of set. Is that like something that you do intentionally, or does it just come out that way? And how does it feel to have the support from different guys?
I don't know. Like, I guess I was lucky with I guess I was lucky with my mindset in a way when I was making music, whereas every time I just open Ableton, I just make whatever I want. I don't really care about, I want to make this for this label or this for that label. And I guess Nor just kind of worked out because it just happened to be the one label where I kind of had like a small connection with, and that's why I guess I sent it to them mostly. But yeah, when I make music, I really, really don't care. Whereas I don't think like, okay, today I'm gonna make a track for Hot Creations, today I'm gonna make a track for Piv, or today I'm gonna make a track for Moan. I just make a track, and then if I like it, I keep it. If I don't, then fuck it.
Fair enough, man.
Yeah.
So the title track, Looking at You, the vocals, it sounds really familiar, man. I'm sure I know it from somewhere. Can you let us know what it is, or do you need to keep that on the low?
Well, I can just say that it's on Splice. That's all I can say.
Is it? Right. I was thinking it was like an old R&B tune or something, but right.
No. I used to use like stuff from like YouTube and everything, but the thing is, there's copyright rules. If you do get caught with that, that's annoying to deal with. So I just go with Splice. I usually dig really, really deep. I look
people
for
are going to be digging on Splice for that sample now.
Yeah. I usually look for really, really weird keywords. So like keywords that's kind of like out of the blue.
Yeah.
I'll search for nationalities and things like that, and random things pop up. Yeah.
Right, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
That's a good shout, man. So you also got Luke on the remix of Balade. Am I saying that right? Balade.
It's because it's French. It's balad malad.
Right.
Yeah.
What's it
I've heard that word. I've heard that word butchered so many times.
Oh man, I'm sorry. What does it mean?
No. Balad malad. Balad is like a stroll, like a walk.
Right.
And malad means like sick.
Yeah.
Like literally like sick in English. So it can be sick, whether it's like illness or also like, oh, this is sick.
Right.
So yeah, it was kind of like for me, I kind of weird, like the insane, like the weird walk, the crazy walk, the crazy stroll, basically. Yeah.
So Luke jumped on the remix of that. How did that come about? Was that through the No Art guys?
Yeah, it was through the No Art guys. Basically they were, when I finished the tracks, they were looking for someone to remix it, and then one day I just received this the SoundCloud link where it was Luke on a remix. Yeah.
Wow. Was he the first person to remix one of your tracks as well?
Yeah, this is my first release under my real name. I changed my artist name basically. Mm-hmm. I used to be Blazik, but then I thought it would be a good idea to rebrand and then change my artist name.
Yeah, fair enough. So your background is French and Taiwanese. Could you tell us a bit about where you're from and how you got into making music?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I grew up mostly in Taiwan. I was born here. So right now I'm in Taiwan as well. Mm-hmm. My dad's French, my mom's Taiwanese, and I lived in France for a couple of years as well. But where music like really started, like house music, was when I went to Amsterdam. So I went to Amsterdam for uni. Initially, it was for business, and I hated it. It was a pain. And I think we got to maths. There's this thing called data analysis, and I was like, this, I'm out, and I just left. And then my friend showed me Logic, so I started using like crazy, and I was just producing every day. And then I found a course in a school for audio engineering and audio production, and I just started making music every day, and then kind of like fell into house music. I think it was after I went to my first festival, it was Digital. Yeah, Digital Festival. After that, I was like, house it is.
You can't go to Amsterdam and not end up liking house music. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
So who were like some of your influences when you first started getting into the music and the people that you were listening to?
Ooh,
and then with as well in particular that you was hitting up on a regular basis?
There's a lot. I used to go to this club called Claire in Amsterdam. I used to go there almost every weekend. Like me and my friends, we just smoke beer and then just go there and then just listen to music. And then that was really dope. But artists that I really look up to, I would say the first guy I really fell in love with was Jamie Jones. That guy he plays straight bangers, and I don't know. I just fell in love with his set for some reason. It just vibed with me. I think the first time I saw him was at Awakenings. I really, really like the Another guys as well. I think Another and Tom and they're some of the sickest producers out there right now.
Yeah.
I think it's really hard. I think there's really a lot of artists. Also, like Jaden Thompson, he makes straight bangers as well. Litmus also is insane. There's really, really a lot of artists.
Who would you class as like your top 3 DJs? That's 2.
Top 3? Man, you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right?
Ooh. Okay, I think Another.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Another right now, maybe.
Imagine you could see them on the same lineup, like they were the 3 headliners. So you got Another.
Okay, but are we talking about them as producers or as DJs? Because I feel like it's very different. Because like
that's true.
Like, for example, I think Jamie Jones kills it on the decks. I prefer his DJ sets than his production
Right, okay,
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this doesn't mess up my chances of hot creations, but
Maybe don't watch this.
Yeah. Yeah, please don't. Nah, it's really hard. There's one that's kind of out of the blue, but it's like this guy called Darius. Is not really in the same scene. Is more French touch. He's on this record label called Roche Music. He's made tracks like Hot Hands and Omeo. I really, really, really like him. He's kind of the guy that got me into like the more electronic stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say him. Sorry?
Yeah, so I was saying sick, I'll check him out.
Yeah, them, another, yeah, maybe Tommen, or maybe those three.
All right, wicked. So just on the production front as well, do you have any plugins for the producers that you're rating highly at the moment? Any tips?
I think
check out.
Yeah, I mean, like classic one, I think it's Rob Pappin, Subboom Bass. I think that's a must for like just for house music or electronic music in general for bass lines. But I think everybody knows that one now. I really, really like the Soundtoy plugins.
Yeah.
Really, really, really like them. For all the creative stuff, I mostly use that. Yeah, I think if I had to recommend two things, would be Soundtoys and then Subboom Bass. But kind of cliche, but yeah, those.
Yeah, no. So. If it's good, it's good, man. What can you say?
Yeah.
So, for new producers like looking to get into the game as well, you mentioned earlier on that you took tutorial lessons the tuition with the Another guys. Would you recommend that for others? Like, because there's loads of different ways to get into production these days. You've got YouTube lessons and all this different kind of stuff. What would you think? Do you think that is the best direction to head in, just to get like the one-on-one?
Well, I think that like now, I think it's much easier to learn producing like nowadays than it is for like artists that are already quote unquote made it. Like, because a lot of these guys, like from what I see and what I've heard, I feel like it took them quite a while to get into the scene. Like maybe like 5 to 10 years before they actually start to get some recognition, and they didn't have all those tutorials that we do today. And especially like for me, I felt like the whole COVID situation kind of turned out pretty good for me, because it gave me an opportunity to like connect with all these artists and like send my music, and they actually had the time to listen. Because I feel like if there was no COVID, then they would be all on tour. None of them would really put the time and the effort into like teaching or like trying all these new things and listening to new promos and demos and everything. So yeah, I mean, if I had to give one piece of advice to new producers, I'd say I think the most important is to like mess around before you actually start listening to or doing these one-on-ones with these artists. Because oftentimes when you do one-on-ones with like artists, or like you go into like their master classes, they don't really tell you the basics. They tell you the way they do their production, the way they do things. So that kind of defines their sound. And oftentimes for me, it was like when I was messing around without knowing any artists or any tutorials, I figured out and found my own tricks that I personally like. So I think that new producers should do that, so that they figure out something that's unique to them. And then afterwards use all those tutorials to enhance it or make it better, or turn that into something even doper. Yeah, so get the basics down, and then you can start defining further down the line. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So you mentioned COVID as well, like you're in Taiwan now, right?
Yeah,
so how is it played out over there? Are you at a point where gigs can start happening again as well? I noticed you've done a balcony set thing the other day, that looks sick as well.
Yeah, that was dope. So the thing is, there was no COVID in Taiwan until 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Taiwan handled it really, really well at first. I think there was only like 600 cases in over a year and a half, and like only like maybe 10 people died or something like that. But it's really funny a way that it's kind of messed up how COVID got here. But before that there were gigs and everything. So I'm part of a collective. I co-founded a collective called the Velvet Collective with my best friend. And so it's just four of us, and we're just really good homies, and we like to play music and stuff. So we host events and clubs and everything like that. So the rooftop thing is from the collective. But now there's COVID here, and so everything is shut down. So we're all stuck at home. So yeah, I mean, there's not much we can do.
So we're just coming out of it, and you're just getting into it.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So now I'm contemplating moving back to Europe.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. But,
I don't blame you, man. Well, best of luck with the situation, man. Speaking of Europe, like, how's your summer looking? Have you got any gigs people can catch you at in Europe, or?
Nah, man. I'm on the other side of this planet.
Yeah.
So I really hope I can get some gigs soon, you know, or I can go to Europe so I can hopefully catch some. But for now, I think no, for now I don't have any. But also I think like coming out of COVID, all the gigs right now are all booked for people that were booked right like for before COVID. So I didn't think it was the best choice for me to go back now because I probably wouldn't get the gigs because they've been taken for 2-3 years already anyways. So yeah. But hopefully soon.
Well, yeah, we need to get you in Manchester, man. I want to
I'm down, man.
See what we can make happen. Have you ever been to Manchester before?
I've only been to London once.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I've never been to Manchester.
Yeah, you need to.
I need to.
You'll love it.
I'm down.
All right, cool, man. So finally, what's your plans musically over the next few months? Are there any EPs, any more lined up you can let us know about?
Right now I'm working on the future releases. I'm hopefully getting one by the end of 2021. I want to get another release done. But I want to make sure that I throw on the right labels or like a label that I feel I fit with.
Yeah, take your time with it, like.
Yeah. I don't want to just release for the sake of releasing. But yeah, I mean, I do have quite a bit of music like prepared. So yeah, in the mix I left a few unreleased tunes. So yeah. For the people to figure it out which one they are.
Right. Yeah, man, we're gonna try to spot them. Right, that's it then, man. Like I said, thanks for taking the time out for to do the interview with us today, man. And it's good to get an insight into your life and where things are heading, bro.
Thank you.
No
worries, thank you for inviting me.
Just before we finish up as well, let everyone know where is the best places to catch you online: Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud. What do you prefer?
Yeah, for sure.
One over the other.
Well, yeah, you can catch me wherever, Instagram or I'm more on Instagram. I don't really use my Facebook. But yeah, you can just type my name.
Facebook's so dead, right?
Yeah, I'm being really lazy with like updating my page and everything.
Yeah.
I kind of just do it whenever, but I can't be so mostly on Instagram or SoundCloud. Yeah, you can just type my name and you'll find me. I hope I don't have any fake pages yet. So yeah.
All right, wicked, man. Right, thanks again, man.
No, thank you.
Really appreciate it. Big up, man. And
thank you. Have a good day, man.
Hopefully we'll get you in money soon.
Yes, for sure. Let me know. I'm super down.